Hello, everyone! My laptop fan is whirring. Like, what percentage battery am I at? 23 minutes to full charge, it says. Well, I'm gonna unplug it for now. Anyways, hey, hi, hello! I've done stuff in the month since I last streamed in here, in this world, and, yeah, I finished refacing the place, and I finished building out the sides, and I did the roof. I'm still a little unsure on it. I'll have to feel it out. But I do know that I want to do more with it, because it doesn't feel complete, I guess, is what I could say. Alright. So what I want to do... Hey, Midnight. When do we make the Très Bien? Très Bien. Well, that would be an E in that second word, Midnight, but... Sorry. Yeah. Hi, Midnight. When do we make the Très Bien? I don't know when we make it very good. Still working on that part. I'll have to figure that out. But anyways, right now I'm kind of limited on what I can do of interaction because my my second monitor doesn't want to remain connected. Like, it's not... I think it's a problem with the monitor itself, because it's not responding to its power button. Très bien. Okay. Anyways, yeah, it's not responding to its power button, and it's like... I have it plugged in, but it's going back and forth between it showing what's, like, what should be there, the extended desktop, and then, like, saying, no connection, even though it is clearly connected. And I know it's not the cable, per se, because, again, it's not responding to any of its buttons on the side or the power button. So, yeah, it might be time for me to get a new monitor. Oh god, I hate that thought. It is nice. I got this monitor for free because I think my dad got it when someone left it behind during a turnover, and you can get all kinds of like little monitors and things like that. He got it a while ago. He then got a new one for himself. And I was able to get this off of him, and I've had that ever since. So, like, this has followed me through how many homes now? 3? Yeah, I had it there. So yeah, 3 homes. Wait, did I have it at that last place? I'm trying to think. Nope, I did. Actually, it has followed me through 4, or Jerry say 5 places. Yeah, 5. Now that I think about it, because I had it all the way back then, the place where I started YouTube, and then the place where I moved to temporarily, and then the place where I stayed, and then the home that Mom bought, and now the place that I'm renting. 5. Good grief. I've actually had this monitor longer than I thought, because I used to use it with my with my desktop computer. I had forgotten about that. I haven't always had my drawing monitor, my screen tablet. Anyways, I do believe this is the front side, yeah. Well, actually, I should figure out stairs and stuff quick. Where am I gonna walk up? Why do I have this walled off the way I do? This is an excessively wide area, if that's what I'm planning on. Apologies. Yeah, what the fuck was I planning? Because I have no idea. I'm gonna go get some dark oak and start building out some stairs in the next floor. I wanna add a third floor to this. I wasn't originally planning on having a third floor, but since building the roof, have realized actually it would be a really good idea to utilize that for a third floor. Like, even if it's mostly just decorative, like, I think it'll look good. Oh dear, is YouTube having problems? It's saying encoding overloaded. It's not saying I've dropped any frames, but my output on YouTube looks excessively laggy. I don't get that. It looks very smooth on my computer, comparatively. Alrighty then. I just realized. So I made this nice big window in the back. This is going to be a bit of a pain to work around. Also, what with YouTube encoding, this place looks way darker than it actually is. So it's just lovely. I'm gonna quick pause because I need to turn on my room light. It is 6:09 right now, where I am, and because of the fact that winter is approaching, winter is coming. We have, well, it's getting dark very early. So, yeah. Cramp. I was just literally stretching and, like, just immediately, why is my hand cramping the way it is? It's my left hand as well. That's not usually the hand that I get cramps in, by the way, because of, like, how I how I tend to hold my arm for my mouse. Anyways, room light. Motorbike. Come on. Okay. All right. I mean, I do have... I think this makes it a little bit brighter. I have to remember, I usually have my brightness settings turned, like, a little bit down because it looks better for thumbnails, but I have to remember, YouTube compression makes everything darker. It just darkens all images and it makes it harder to see, especially from a smaller viewport. So, anyways. Nope. I need to have the floor on this level, so I need to have it go up one more level. So, how am I gonna expand out the roof? That's what I'm wondering. Because I wanna, like, I gotta do some roof expansions, and I wanna do some, what kind of windows are they? I don't remember. I think I have an idea of like where I'm gonna expand it from. So this place is basically bisected in a way, so it kind of follows the same style. If it'll come into render distance for me. Please? The same style as the storehouse that's over there. It's not coming into view, so I won't press it. Alright. And then, of course, I have a big old skylight here, which does emphasize the fact that this is uneven. Count 6 on the inside on this side, but 5 on the inside on this side. This place is not perfectly square, which I realize now. Like, its shaping and sizing are basically the accidental result of how I wanted to have a double door in the front, but wanted it to line up in just such a way on the sides with the way that they are, which worked really nicely for the design, but makes it technically uneven by 1 block. 1 block. It is just oof. Just oof. If I wanted to do something weird, I could expand it and make it square, but I don't see the point. Ow. Now I'm wondering, do I want to have, I think I'm gonna have this level be wall, actually. That will make sense. I'll leave that for now. I need to do some figuring out of proportions for what I'm gonna do up here. I'm fairly certain I want it to be symmetrical. That's the one thing that I do know, at least for the moment. I'm fairly certain I want it to be symmetrical, even though I think I'm only gonna have the 1 staircase. Having an asymmetrical interior is not, like, the end of the world. In fact, I think it's quite the opposite, just personally speaking, but... Actually, now that I look at this, I think I lined this up in just the same way as I had it down there. Yep, I did. And since these windows align, this... Does this come out? The top level of the stairs is... Okay, so this actually has to go up one block taller than the bottom floor. Interesting. So because this is raised, this side gets an extra block. Wow. Okay. Midnight has said some things. I just watched a clip about a grandma who was in the Jan 6 insurrection, is trying not to go to jail, saying she's unvaccinated in the prisons of lots of COVID. She's like, I'm an upstanding citizen. You went to a riot. I'm a grandma from Indiana. You went to a riot. I've never done anything wrong before. You went to a fucking riot. Meanwhile, she posted on Facebook saying she was one of the first 200 people inside and picking glass out of her purse, and it was the best day of her life. Girl, don't brag about... Why are people like this? I will never understand people. I think I've conceded that to myself. Oh yeah, this is only 3 wide. It's gonna be something though. I need to figure out walls and stuff. I don't think I have enough dark oak wood. Yay! Do 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 do. She's so upset that her business is failing because people don't support riders. No shit. And she's unvaccinated because her doctor didn't tell her to get vaccinated, and she has a compromised liver. What? You were in a giant riot full of unvaccinated people, then go home, kiss your grandkids. But sure, prison is what scares you about COVID. Or COVID is what scares you about prisons, really. Like, I don't understand people. I think I've made that clear at this point. I'm often socially inept, just like, it kind of comes with being on the autism spectrum, but there comes a point where I think neurotypical people just are insane. And I think this woman has reached that point. Why? Just why? Like, in dealing with crazy tenants, for example, and I do emphasize crazy as in, like, people have done some insane shit because they failed to pay rent and then didn't think that they would be held accountable when their lease said that they would be evicted. Like, it's in writing. I get that that doesn't often mean something, but when it's something that's regulated very closely by the state, it very much means something. And no, you don't get squatters' rights when you have a lease expire. You need to be there for an excessive period of time for that. A compromised liver, meaning that her liver isn't working 100% either from transplant or cirrhosis due to drinking. Oh, of course. That just sounds like a cop-out. Not gonna lie, sounds like a cop-out to me. The way I've done these windows is actually kind of a bad thing. I have no idea what I intended with some of these blocks, though. Is this supposed to separate, like, rooms? I'm not 100% sure. I need more dark oak, though. That I do know. But I don't have very many dark oak planks, no. And just look at all the gray concrete and tuff that I got, thinking I would use it for this. Well, I have it for other projects now. Okay, yeah, now it's in viewing distance. Okay, so you see how I don't have any, I could call them ribs. I mean, that's kind of what they are. Like, for the way that this is designed. Long ways there is a spine, you can kind of see it. You can see it right there, and then the ribs on the sides. This just has corners. It has corner supports, so like triangulation in that way. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a spine like I have over there. I'm gonna keep the corner triangulations, at least in back, and probably on the front as well. Figure something out, extend it in the front. Don't know about the back. That could be interesting if I did, but I don't think I will. I'll have to figure out what the roof shape is gonna be like at that point. Because I do like having the skylight the way that I have it. I don't know. I mean, the whole reason why I had it is primarily just so that it doesn't come to like a complete peak, as well as the fact that because it's uneven, it wouldn't come to a nice peak. So I need to do some work on that. Ooh, by the way, did I mention in anything at all? I have been working on Datapacks to Datapack list. So I updated vanilla tweaks in an attempt to get a bunch of back to block recipes, and I still had to make my own for Deep Slate. I do not know why that is still a thing. So I wound up having I have back to blocks extended. I have made this myself. However, I'm trying to integrate Mindgate into it a little bit so that I have the ability to change Mindgate blocks back into normal full blocks, and I haven't been able to do that. It's not working right. It could be that I need to do it with the advancement system, but I didn't need that for the Deep Slate crafting data pack that I wound up getting from an online generator. I just don't fully get it. I mean, it theoretically could be. Oh yeah, and Mindgate has specific sticks for the different types of wood. Not 100% sure why that is. I think it has something to do with some kind of specific block variety. But I don't fully remember. I don't want to install REI, find out. Well, don't want to, don't care to. It's just a thing. All right. Also, that's what I was thinking of. So Midnight, you said a grandma who was at the insurrection, and I just thought of Chubby Emu. A grandma attended the January 6th insurrection. This is how her life crumbled in front of her eyes. Instead of like some sort of medical malady, it's like, no, you managed to do this to yourself. Instead of it being sad, it's just disappointing. Honestly, the fucking insurrection, the riot, I mean, if you want to call it a riot, I guess. I usually just think of it as a riot because it was an insurrection, but like they had the organization level of a riot. It was pure emotion, just not for the most part thought through, driven by people not wanting to deal with something, ergo riot. But yeah, I feel like I had a additional thing to remark, but yeah, another Chubby Emu. Basically, those videos are the ones where it's like, a grandma ate cookie dough every week for breakfast or something. This is how, this is what happened to her bones? Or I think it's what the, what it was, basically. But long story short, Chubby Emu, the channel that I was just mentioning, I forget the name of its doctor. But the guy who runs the channel, he basically tells a bunch of medical stories and kind of like in pretty typical medical story fashion, because in order to avoid violating someone's personal privacy rights, you have to like give really vague character traits for like their personal situation. So for instance, you say a grandma, a woman, a man, a TikToker, if you want to specify that it's something relevant to like ridiculous internet things. So yeah, in the one specific case, it was this older woman who had managed to get a severe chronic salmonella poisoning, or salmonella infection, like on blood level, because she ate raw cookie dough all the time. And the more you eat raw eggs, the more likely you are to run into salmonella, even though here in the US, it's actually rather rare for salmonella to have contaminated eggs, at least in some areas. Other areas, you are more likely to run into it. It just kind of depends on like where your eggs come from, but you can't really control that because in the modern day, they can come from anywhere. Some cartons are mixed egg, like sources, basically. Because of the way in which we wash our eggs to sanitize the exterior of them. It makes them last a little less long, but it does also try to help prevent things like salmonella that could stick to the outside of the egg. What's inside isn't as likely to, you know, survive cooking, but when you're eating raw cookie dough, you can still run into it, you know? So this older woman had been eating like raw cookie dough and making cookies for her grandkids basically every week, just like a really small basic batch, and she really loved cookie dough. She, again, ate some of it every week in order to taste test it to make sure that it was good. And like, you can kind of see how she would have run into a severe salmonella infection. But there's more to that story, because as is later revealed in said video, how do I put this gently? Antibiotics didn't completely cure it because the infection got into her bones. As I said, the video was basically titled, "This is what happened to her bones." Well, her bones got infected with salmonella, which is wild. Did I not build this high enough? I'll deal with that in a moment. Anyways, she managed to get a bone level infection, which, for anyone who is particularly familiar with how like infections tend to propagate in someone's body, you would know, an infection on the bone level is pretty rare. Only a handful of bacteria can actually do that. And usually it's because someone is immunocompromised. Like, your immune system tends to keep something at blood level at most. Or something is just like passive enough to just enter into your blood before it actually starts causing problems. Or like is able to basically block out your normal defense system and enter your blood, like the botulinum bacteria, as far as I'm aware, can do that. I think. Although usually when people run into botulism, it's just because of the fact that the botulinum toxin is present, not the actual bacterium. Like, the botulinum bacteria are not nearly as hardy as their poison. Not nearly. Like, their poison will stick around. As far as I'm aware, I'm pretty sure they're immune to it as well, which is just like, all right, good for you. Bad for everyone else. Anyways. So yeah, this woman had managed to get a bone level infection of salmonella from just eating raw cookie dough. Now, this is kind of unequivocal in basically every regard. This just doesn't usually happen. Someone tends to like really notice it before it gets to the point of infecting your bones. With the added mention, again, normally the people who get it in their bones are immunocompromised. So, is it just because she was older? No. Was it due to something else? Well, this was, I believe, the early 2000s. So, only a handful of years prior, she'd had some sort of incident where she needed to have a blood transfusion in the Caribbean at the height of the AIDS epidemic. Pieces falling together yet? Yeah. This woman had gotten HIV from a blood transfusion years prior and was at that point immunocompromised. Just great. She did, however, apparently make a solid bounce back with more modern antiviral treatments. So, good for her. Like, antibiotics and antivirals combined, like, I know that that's probably very, like, honestly kind of unpleasant in terms of side effect combinations. Like, if you have to deal with side effects anyway. But, the alternative of having a continuing salmonella infection in your bones, that sounds much worse. But let's all agree, that sounds much worse. Anyways, yeah, like, I did basically jump the gun just a little bit. Like, the whole idea that someone could have gotten HIV from blood transfusions was excessively rare for a really long time because certain people couldn't give blood, still can't give blood even, or plasma, which can be filtered for viruses and stuff, as far as I'm aware. Viruses and bacteria. And like, plasma is really desperately needed for a lot of people. But like, this woman was excessively unlucky because HIV positive blood was not only rare, even in most areas where you would be like, oh yeah, that's where people could have gotten HIV from blood transfusions, because people didn't really do as many or as thorough checks for someone's health when doing the like preliminary tests for their blood, if they did any at all, which is the main reason why HIV positive blood could come through. Like, people weren't being checked for a number of things. Like, you could be checked for certain, like, really common infections because, like, for infants, there's a specific type of infection that you can get. It's basically like the common cold, but if you don't have it, your blood is like 3 times as valuable, because infants, it's better for an infant to have a blood transfusion or plasma transfusion with someone's blood or plasma that has not had that, because like, you can basically get some sort of, Is it that you've had it or that you haven't had it? Actually, now that I think about it. I forget, but people apparently call it baby's blood, which is a little weird sounding until you know exactly what it means, but yeah. Anyways, baby's blood. But the whole thing around like blood transfusions is nowadays people are pretty reliable compared to what they used to be in terms of like keeping track of things, although people still don't get tested for STDs. People are better about tracking it in partners regardless, just because people are a little bit smarter, and those who have like more partners have a I think a higher chance of getting tested regularly, at least. But also of using, you know, preventative measures like PrEP and PEP, and even just a condom, which for some reason eludes people to this day, but okay. Anyways, my rambles aside, wasn't there a piece of wood that fell somewhere? I thought there was, because I chopped one down, or did I not? I don't know. Anyways. I'm definitely gonna need to go get more wood. Good thing I replanted all of the trees. I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees. No, I'm actually not the Lorax. I don't know what I am in that story, because I don't really remember the Lorax all that well. I don't even need that much more wood. Actually, now that I think about it, don't I have some wood down in the chest down here? And I think I might be able to gain a little bit more back because I'm gonna do a border of smooth quartz, so there is a bit to gain. I have 24 here. That should be enough. And then I'll have a little extra bit spare. Oh, excuse me. I keep forgetting where the staircase is. Oh god. What the hell? That's my hand on my trackpad, by the way. That disoriented me too. Oh god, it's I don't think I can turn it off. Not completely, anyway. Actually, now that I think about it, I might be able to, because I'm pretty sure I was able to on my mom's laptop. I had to because hers was being really funky and weird. It was stuck. Get more out of Windows. No, shush. Why is there... Okay, so the Windows settings now has this big ol' heading thing. Okay. Anyway, system? It is not system. Devices? Touchpad! Off. Actually, hold on. On, but turn off when a mouse is connected. Hooray! Ah, that's good. Okay, perfect. Alrighty. Okay, so, I think I need another level of this cleared out. So my back to blocks data pack. I was able to make it work for Deep Slate. Just stairs and slabs though, not the mine gate stuff, which is a little bit irritating. Just gonna say. But yeah, make do. Right now, I need to light this up. Two, three, four, torch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 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 torch. Okay, so I actually need to shift these all over by 1 block. And then they will be centered. Widthwise, anyway. Lengthwise, I need to do a little bit of finagling. Just a little bit. Not gonna lie, it is a little odd with the way that I've done these. That there's stone bricks right there instead of the deep slate like I have on all the others, but it is what it is. Good thing I had all those sticks though. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, torch. 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 Ah, it actually does line up front to back this way. Okay. right? Do 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 do. Yeah, it's all 4. Okay. Oh, there. There. All right. Part of the reason why I put the torches so close together is to deal with little situations like that. That's fine. That's all nice and lit up. For now, anyway, I do want to do something other than just the torch spam, you know? Like, it's a lot of torches, and I wanna not have just torches everywhere. You get it? You get what I'm saying? I'm sure you do, cause it's a big old grid. It's a big, odd-looking grid. So what should I do here? I think I'm gonna fill out stone brick. That'll look good. And then what kind of shape can I do? That's a good question. And should I extend off of here, actually? Actually, I'm gonna do andesite as the corner block. Ow. Do I want to have... I think I want to have windows here as well. Let's have one there. One there. One there. That puts the outside of the wall there. That makes these windows rather close together. Or I could just do 2. I think that could work, actually. Now, I think I'm going to... do I want to keep it short? I think I'm going to. And also have like this upper border on this sort of little extension section. Yeah. Now, how am I gonna... Ugh. That's gonna be a little bit irritating. How am I gonna carry this over to there? Actually, no, these need to be moved up. And I need to skip this song. And that song. I forget, did I mention last week that I was, I've been, like, listening to the, to some fan-made Inheritance Cycle, audiobooks. I've had some mixed feelings on the current one that I'm having to listen to, because the audiobook that, or yeah, the recording audiobook that I first listened to for Aragon, that one was quite nice. I think I might have mentioned this the other day, but I'll say it again because I still don't know what to feel about it. But the audiobook that I first was listening to was by the pertinent narrator, or like 343 pertinent narrator or something like that. And the guy hasn't put out anything past Aragon, the first book. So now I'm listening to Rachel Reed's do books 2 through 4. I'm currently on book 3. I just finished book 2. Like, I kind of forgot how compressed some parts of Eldest got to be. Like, in the middle, you just kind of get sucked up in Aragon's training in the elves forest. But then, like, I don't know. Like, by the time the Blood Oath celebration comes around, it's just like a sudden quick fire of things. At least it feels like it to me. I don't know. It's just like, it's not even a pacing issue. It's just like, it's, it feels jarring to realize, but it works. I feel like Brizinger doesn't have that problem. Inheritance has the problem that it feels like it drags on and it overstays its welcome a little bit, but I think it's because Paolini needed to extend what used to be the end of Brizinger into a full book. In part because he couldn't make it work as an overextension of Brizinger, because that book would have been like twice as, not quite, but almost twice as big as it was. So once things were split out, Brizinger wound up being a full-ass book on its own, and then Inheritance wound up being a full-ass book on its own, fluffed out a little bit. Like, these are some thick fucking books. Paladin does not hold back. And to be clear, I do thank him for it. Like, whatever you think about like the inheritance cycle books, whether or not you think they're really basic, and I mean they kind of are, or like whether or not you think they're, I don't necessarily even want to say good or bad, because we are all bad judges of whether something is good or bad. I'm not going to give anyone the concession of saying that they are a good judge of what is good or bad, because I don't think anyone is. Like, you can't figure out someone else's taste, you know? Anyways, like, I personally like the length of the books, because it's like they stick around for a really long time, and I think that works to their benefit rather than their detriment, because if they didn't, that would kind of divulge the fact that some parts of the timeline feel like they overstay their welcome, but also the entire book series takes place over the course of about 2 years. Not even. In the long run. Like, when you actually try to figure out how long it takes to go from Aragon finding Saphira's egg in the spine to the very end. I guess I'm not going to say the end, because a lot of people probably haven't read the fucking books. I mean, the film probably, the film which we don't recognize, the film which does not exist. Well, it's terrible, and it definitely left a worse imprint in some people's minds about the books. But I think it also kind of highlighted the fact that the books worked. And also, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but don't turn an elf into a human. I didn't even watch the whole ass thing originally. Like, I got to the point where I think it was the Urgle fight, and then I was just like, I can't with this. It feels kind of off. I didn't even get to the point of them finding Arya, and the fact that Arya is basically a human, if not actually straight up a human. As far as I can tell, she is not necessarily an elf in the film, which is so bizarre. Like, did nobody, actually I'm pretty sure almost nobody actually fucking read the book. just gonna leave that out there. Like, well, not just the book, but the rest of the books, because those are also important. Like, when you are adapting a book series, you need to read multiple books. The reason why J.K. Rowling even had to interfere with the creation of the Harry Potter movies was because of the fact that, well, she wasn't done writing them. She wasn't done writing her books. And, that almost started something that very well could have caused problems. But, like, she had to be like, no, these are important. Do not leave them out, or you will ruin everything. Because, like, when you are making a movie, especially in adaptation, you have to trim the fat. You have to kill darlings and all that. It means that you do not get to keep everything when you adapt a book. You have to very much concede that. And if you do not, what are you doing? that is my question. What are you doing? Ow. And the answer is usually leaving too much in because you desperately want it to be a good adaptation. If I'm not mistaken, Warcraft suffered from that. Like it's just a very easy way to accidentally cause problems in your adaptation to just keep everything. And I do get why some people want to keep everything. They want to have a nice solid adaptation. Like, it's a good story and you think it would translate really well to film or TV, and you want to take what's actually there and put the page to screen. It barely worked for the Hunger Games, in my opinion. Like, the Hunger Games are perfect to a fault, some people have said. And, I mean, I have mixed feelings on whether or not they're perfect to a fault, but I will say, what works about the books winds up working decently well on film, in part because, if I'm not mistaken, Suzanne Collins actually had screenwriting credits beforehand. So it kind of worked out. And it actually worked decently well as a film series. But it also meant that anything that was, well, some things felt like they were cut really short visually and technically in order to allow for the things which were needed for later or something. Because the budget did have to increase over time. Like, the first film, I mean, you saw the cornucopia in the first film, I'm sure, right? Like, the way that thing was made was kind of weird. I don't even know what the fuck that was. I think that's probably the worst part of the first film. The fucking cornucopia. That goes to show that that actually was a pretty decent film adaptation. Like, if it was just the cornucopia, like, that's not... Like, there is no comparison. Oh, it's here. There's no comparison in saying, like... well, not saying anything, but there's no comparison in just, like... decent things to say that are just like, it's a faithful adaptation, almost faithful to a fault, but not quite. It works, and that's kind of it. It works. For Aragon, I don't really know what would have been the best way to adapt it. Other than maybe a HBO series similar to what Game of Thrones had, except it actually has an ending, so it won't have subversive ending-itis. Because, I mean, the writers had been, you know, basically adapting and adjusting to the fact that they'd had the story lined up for them for a really decent chunk of the story, and then all of a sudden, well, you're thrown into the deep end because you don't have anything going forward. And I think that incited a little bit of writer's hubris, because everything had worked out in their adaptation. They didn't have to change too much. They managed to write a follow-up book, quote-unquote, in their first series, which they were no longer going off of set book material. Or, like, even, I think the final series in which they... or season, I should say. Season. American shows. I was just diatribing, mostly to myself, about Doctor Who, and I was just saying series instead of season, because it's British TV, ergo it's syndicated by series, not season. Anyways, yeah, so I should also turn orientation lock on just in case my phone slips and slides like it just did, because I needed to plug it in. Anyways, I think even the final series that was based off of a book, like, they still had a little bit of wiggle room because they were starting to set up their new stories for the next season, which was going to be new. Anyways, doing it with Inheritance, you have a place to go, and it has an ending. I mean, in theory, you could try to extend it, but I don't think anyone would want that. Like, Aragon's story ends pretty solidly, and I don't think trying to extend it would do it any good. If anything, you'd be overextending without a shadow of a doubt.
Shoot me through the heart. Wanna be your girl. Shoot me through the heart. Oh me, oh my. Here I go again. Oh me, oh my. Work my heart again. Wanna be your girl. Shoot me through the heart. Wanna be your girl.
Ow.
Shoot me through the heart.
Anyways, adaptions. Like, I don't know. I had mixed feelings about adaptions as an idea, mostly because of the fact that a lot of adaptions managed to fail spectacularly, or, well, people are kind of afraid to go for stylism because people want a faithful adaptation, or they want, well, they say they want a faithful adaptation, but it's kind of like how people don't actually want a rich, dark roast of coffee. Fewer and fewer people delude themselves with that idea nowadays, by the way, which is a good thing, because I don't think anyone actually likes a rich, dark roast of coffee. If I'm not mistaken, it's like only 30% of people who say that actually want that. More and more people actually are like, I prefer the caffeine. Oh, go for a blonde roast then. That actually has the caffeine in it, instead of it being denatured or burnt. Like, if you want flavor, go for a medium roast. I don't even fucking drink coffee, and that's just something that I learned and is just stuck with me. It does not live in my head rent-free. Well, actually it does. Because I don't know how to charge it rent. It doesn't give me any joy. It doesn't give me any benefit knowing that fucking fact. I am not Sherlock Holmes, however. I cannot just purge facts from my brain. Like, you know, the sun revolves around, or the earth revolves around the sun. That's what it is. Sherlock believes that the sun revolves around the earth because it appears to. So, for all intents and purposes, it basically does to him. Like, that's how he keeps track of days relative to him and the earth. Which, fair enough. At least I'm pretty sure that he doesn't believe that the earth is flat. Yeah, for those who are wondering, that's BBC Sherlock. Another adaptation. One with problems at its ending. Why is it that everything always winds up ending so weird? Like, oh, there seems to be a trajectory for this. Or, oh, there doesn't seem to be a trajectory for this. Or something, and then it's just a 1-2 punch at the end. Like a slap to the fucking face. How many things have had to go through that recently? I mean, within the last several years, there was Game of Thrones, there was Star Wars, there was, I was literally just fucking talking about it. Why is it slipping my mind? I feel bad. I feel dumb. You know those moments where you just hate the fact that you have totally forgotten something, since you said it mere seconds ago? You know those times? I'm having one of those times, and I hate it. God. God, why? I've fucking forgotten. Anyways, endings. I don't know. Disappointing endings. Why is it that people always don't know how to end things decently? Don't try to answer that. You will only wind up pulling out your hair because you can't actually find a satisfying answer. I don't know. Not if I know. I'm wondering, what should I do for the roofing on this? I guess I could extend it? Like, yeah, I think I'll extend it. In which case, maybe I dig these back out, and I'm gonna need to make more of those stairs. I removed a bunch of them, but now I need to make more, and I might actually need to make even more than I previously had. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm just on this sort of diatribe in my head because, well, not necessarily even just in my head. I'm just on this ramble because just things. This is what happens when you... Actually, I do want it to extend horizontally. I do have to have it extend horizontally because shapes. Yeah, I'm kind of just on this diatribe because I've been like rewatching various things about why some things just do not work. Like failed adaptions, cats, Les Mis. I know some people like that one, but ugh. Alright, so for a comparison, Lindsay Ellis is notorious for not liking Rent. I also do not like Rent. But I hate Les Mis more. Because I personally I find the music fucking discordant. And, like, I know it's meant to play to cheap seats, but, like, I also do not like, just, like, even the big numbers. like, Les Mis is partially meant to be sung through, right? As far as I'm aware. It doesn't, I don't like that. I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. But it definitely didn't work as an adaptation, that's for sure. Fucking Tom Hooper doesn't know how to make a fucking musical. And it's nice and all that, I know I've rambled about this before, but still. It's nice and all that there was a really nice Oscar that was given. That was definitely earned, but it doesn't make anything else from the fucking film any better, in my opinion. Just saying. Anyways. I need to get a bunch of andesite and probably a stonecutter. I need more andesite. More! The fuck was that I just said? I do not know, and I scare myself. The voices that I make. More! Oh god. Anyways. And then we can all, of course, hate on Mulan. That was terrible. You excise music from a story built around the idea that it is, you know, a musical, and then are shocked, I say, to find out that doesn't work. Because you thought you could get away with removing the emotional core of the story. I shouldn't have to say that that's an obvious problem. But I guess that slipped the writers of the live action Mulan of their minds. Yeah. And then cats. We don't talk about cats. Let's just leave it at cats and move on with our lives. Anyways, I could also ramble about Andrew Lloyd Webber's musicals, how they tend to be adapted. Their adaptions, like, I think the best one, from what I've heard, because I haven't fully seen it. I have only gotten to listen to, like, the cover soundtrack, basically. And that would be Evita. Like, that one, you know, I'm gonna have a little bit of a bias towards, not for myself though, but because, well, a little bit for myself. I do kind of agree with Andrew. Madonna's a pretty good singer. I like Madonna. Like, I've never been a super fan like Andrew is, my boyfriend, but like, I do commend Madonna's singing. Like, musical-wise, I do like Madonna in Evita. That's about as far as that goes, though. Like, and then, like, going beyond that, I'm just moving around because roofing. Yeah. Like, Andrew Lloyd Webber stuff, I don't think it adapts very well. Like, his stuff is all very much stage musicals. Like, Phantom was never gonna adapt well. I think Cats as well, that one was just doomed. Like, if it had been a children's animation, it probably would have worked really well. like, technically anyway, story-wise, I know it probably still would have been a little bit, like, it would have been so simple, I don't think adults would have taken it seriously, even though it's, like, pleasantly horny and very, very adult, actually, in the way in which it is structured. Not structured, told, I should say, told. And, like, I just, oh god, kneecaps. I don't know. Cats. That's all I can really say, just fucking cats. It's not perfectly unique in its disposition, but it is at least somewhat unique in its disposition. Oh boy. Ow. There we go. I'm just now thinking, like, what other things, now that I'm actually thinking about it, would actually be decent, like, not even just specifically HBO series, but something in the vein of that, something a little bit similar. Also, I think this shape is kind of interesting. Kind of. It's doing something for me. I don't know. I almost feel like this should have some sort of like physical supports. But it's Minecraft. It doesn't necessarily need to follow logic. Anyways, fuck, what was I just thinking? Oh dear, what was I just thinking? Yeah, what other things would have really weird or bad adaptions? Or just wouldn't adapt well? Or would have to be adapted like TV show wise and only would work like that? Like, I mean, I guess now that I think about it, I guess it does kind of translate. Remember when we thought Avatar was gonna work for films? I don't remember it being... I remember it being bad. I mean, I think we all remember it's like one of the worst adaptions of anything ever. But like turning a TV show into a film... Well, film adaptions, at least reimaginings, can work. Just look at Scooby-Doo. And Scooby-Doo 2, my gosh. Like, what other things have had such severe, like, adaptions from film to, or not even film, but like some sort of source material to a TV show? And I mean adaptation, not expansion, because expansion working alongside something is different. At that point, it's basically going into semi-canon, like the Emperor's New Groove TV show. the Lilo and Stitch show. That one I know actually. That one actually followed the 2 films. Yes, there were 2. I forget whether or not the second one actually fully qualifies as like canon, but canon compared to the TV show anyway, and like relative to the 3rd show. Actually, it might, because I'm pretty sure Stitch was still having glitches. Stitch has that glitch. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting very off track. I'm just like all in my head, like, what were things that adapted in various ways, and I'm just like, I don't know. I am scatterbrained right now. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so scatterbrained. I just don't know what is going on. I don't understand. I don't understand. Stonework stairs. I actually need 8. So that'll work. Oh, I need to go back upstairs and get I need to get the stone cutter. That's why I have it down here. I know it's far away, but do I or do I not have more andesite walls? I do. I'm going to run out of andesite walls. Do I or do I not have any more unpolished andesite? I don't. I do have straight quartz, so I could make my own andesite. Oh, it is just 1-to-1. Okay. I believe I need 24. Boing. Oh wow. Bleh. Uh-oh. I almost went right off the edge. That would have been lovely. Oh, right. I need to figure out what to do up top. I think I'm gonna do the same thing as I've done down below, so that means I need more polished andesite. Ow. Do 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 do. Do I also want those? No, I don't think so. Wait. I do have 4 polished andesite stairs already, so I have all those for top of them. Perfect. And then I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for all of the other windows that I want to do that are like embedded in the actual roof. I forget what those are called still. Ugh. Boop, boop, boop. I know that all of these count as bay windows because of the fact that they arch outwards. I'm trying to think, what is it when you have a window that like sticks out of a roof? They're actually kind of like a quintessential part of my building style in a lot of cases. I'm drawing a total blank here. And what those are supposed to be called. It's not transom window. That keeps popping into my head, and it's not transom window, is it? Is it? All right, Google time. Transom window. Okay, yeah, those are basically for above a door. What is a window in a roof called? That's skylight. Dormer! That's what it is. Okay, so dormer. The window is still a window, but the whole opening with the intersecting roof line producing 2 valleys and 1 ridge, and the walls and 3 sides with the window opening is called a dormer. That's what it is. A dormer. Okay, dormer windows. That is what I'm thinking of. I'm not sure what kind of room layout I'm even gonna have up here. Do I even want to have a room layout? Good question. Do I even bother trying to make this anything less than a single room? What am I actually gonna even put up here? Cause like I kinda just wanna, for the most part, furnish the place. Just kind of as like a big ol' home. I don't know what I'm gonna do up here. I know I wanted to make the space up here so that the roof didn't look so bland because I wanted to add the dormer windows, now that I remember what they're fucking called. But I don't know what I'm actually gonna wind up putting up here. Cause it was just gonna be like bedrooms and stuff, like downstairs. Also, I just realized like how long my hair is on the sides. Like my hair on the side of my head is, and the back of my head especially, is just like really fluffy, and I need to get it cut. Don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do up here. I have like no fucking clue. I just had the thought that I could make it into a big old library. I mean, in theory that works, but I don't know if that, I don't know. Not entirely sure if I like that idea. Cause like I want to make, you know, use of the roof shape. I don't want it to just be like another fucking attic hangout place like I made in Pride Manor, cause like I know the comparisons are gonna be there. I've already made the comparisons myself. The build styles are more or less different. Like the style of construction, especially for like the windows and the ways in which I did the details for this, they are very different. I didn't play as much with shape as much as I did with texture on Pride Manor. Like I did some really basic stuff with that, like admittedly bold-ish stuff. Especially with like some block choice, you know. But like this, I have a lot different kinds of depth going on. Genuinely, I don't know. I mean, now that I just thought about it, I could go back to my old Sky Factory roots and make this into a trophy room. I mean, I could do that. Like have all the specialty stuff. Like when I eventually go to the end and get the dragon egg, I'll have that in here. I'll have like my old suits of armor or whatever in here. Like I mean, I could do that. Anything else? I could turn it into like a study, a very huge study at that. Or maybe like record keeping room? Which, I mean, it kind of would allow it to work with the ceiling because, I mean, it still would basically be a library, but there wouldn't be as many books, and I wouldn't feel the need to line the outer walls, which are, you know, the roof, the sloped roof, with books. I could try to do that. I'm gonna sleep real quick. I need to also figure out what I'm gonna do. If I'm gonna have just the deep slate tiles showing through, or if I want to put some kind of a block down there. Because having it stair stepping like this, I prefer it to be smoother looking. So I'm wondering, do I do a bunch of quarters? Or do I do a different type of block altogether? My main wonder is how I'm gonna fucking deal with all of these now that I'm actually looking at them. I very much think actually I might want to do a different kind of block. So I think I will do that. Oh, excuse me. Now what kind of block? I don't want to have it be dark oak because that will just blend it into the floor and make it all look like one thing. I could have it be andesite. Nah, I don't think I want to have it be andesite. I just realized I don't really have anything on me. Right. Stone brick? That could work. Could it? Deep slate? The cobbled deep slate? Ooh. Real head scratcher. I mean, I could just add another layer of the deep slate tiles. I could just do that. I'm kind of tempted to just do that and call it a day. I mean, it would work. And like over the andesite sections, specifically along the andesite sort of spine and around the big ol' skylight, I think I'm gonna do some andesite stairs there instead, and then have everything else be the deep slate tiles or whatever else. I think that could work. Yeah, I think that's gonna... I know it's really basic, but I think it will work. Fucking, I've run out of things to say. I only got 24 polished andesite instead of that? Okay, I need more polished andesite. Could it be Gare? Who's Vander Von Odd? Who are you saying who's Vander Von Odd? Vander is legendary! The winner of the first season of Dragula.
Listeners, coming up is something fresh, something hot. Don't sleep.
Alright. Hopefully this is a decent enough amount of stairs for now.
Anime bitch.
She was at the gay club I went to last... Really? Only 10 for a meet and greet? Latrice was at least 20. Well, when you're a Dragula queen, you tend not to be able to get as expensive bookings. And Vander's more of a fashion queen than a show queen from what I know. Like... I'm pretty sure Vander works in the production for Dragula at this point. During the time leading up to season 3 of Dragula, Vander was...
She's not even like 3D.
Yeah, Vander was on the Boulet's podcast. Anyways, yeah, so Vander was on the Boulet's podcast, and it was like, yeah, you've been helping with production again. As far as I remember.
Let's keep the ride going, shall we?
Ow. So yeah. I don't know. I like Vander, but like I haven't seen very much of Vander actually performing, because as far as I'm aware, Vander doesn't do too much performance, especially nowadays. But Also, fucking $20 for a meet and greet. Actually, if that's Latrice, what is the price of a Trixie Mattel meet and greet? Now that I think about it, because Trixie definitely would be the one to charge a fucking pretty penny. Oh god. I just remember the fucking haters roast where Jinx talks about Latrice being at the Trixie Mattel meet and greet, like, just associated, like, She put herself in the sucking place to be in someplace better than the fucking meet and greet. Oof. You should check your Discord. You always say that. A local bar probably way too small for Trixie to even bother coming. Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, like, what would Trixie's, like, meet and greet cost sort of thing be? Not necessarily at your bar, but, like, just at any bar. What are her costs for that sort of thing? Or, like, ticket prices anyway. Because, like, especially with the fact that she has so many fucking teenage fans for some reason, or at least did. I don't know if she's scared enough of them away with all the sex shit now, or well, all the sex jokes that she continually makes. Well, I guess in, like, more recent years, she's been a little less lewd. Just a little bit. Kind of like how VTubers have had to go a little less lewd. Just a little. Just a little. Only a little. Only enough to satisfy YouTube and Twitch. You know, I don't know. Don't advertise. You're just... no. Wanna join? No. I'm in the middle of playing a completely different fucking world, so no. No one gives a shit about your SMP, Gary. If you feel the need to advertise in my stream, no one gives a shit. I'm sorry, but it should be obvious. Also, it is a little bit rude for that second part, like, really? Tell me in chat. No, bitch. If you actually were asking, you would be listening. Especially now that I think about it, if it's yours? If you were that offhand, like, what are you doing? Anyways, So nosebleed seats for Trixie and Katya shows looks to be 38. Front row is 138. So, I don't know about meet and greet. Ugh. Yeah. I'm fine sticking with podcast material and just gonna leave it at that and, call it fine. I keep running into this shit. Get out of my way. Well, the dude had 28 subs. Oh. Oh, how very sad. Look. If ever you come back for some reason, here's a recommendation. Don't say message in chat, don't say message in chat, stream muted, because that gives the wrong impression if you are going to try and be earnest, you know? Like, that just sounds kind of rude. Actually, not just kind of rude, it actually does actively sound rude. Like, I don't listen to people who I want to join my fucking SMP. Like, if you're trying to get players, you gotta be presentable and attentive. You gotta actually make it sound like you want them there. Otherwise, it's just like, what are you doing? That applies in Minecraft, in Dungeons and Dragons, in so many things. And I don't think people fully get that. Like, they advertise, but they don't advertise earnestly enough. And everything's kind of suffers because of it. Like, not to just kind of knock it, but it's just kind of how it reads. It's just like advertising for advertising's sake. What does that actually mean to anyone who's being advertised to? Like, he was looking for Minecraft Labs to try and advertise. Yeah, I know. How many subs does Andrew have? As far as I'm aware, Andrew does not quite have 100 yet. Oh, it's a torch right here. Alright, I've run out of deep slate. Do 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 do. I think it was placing stairs throughout the night, which is just fun. Ugh, I really wish I could merge a lot of this stuff back into full blocks, but no. No. At least the version that I have installed doesn't let it work. I do believe I have more deep slate though. Actually, I'm like 99% certain I went and collected more just the other day. I think, yeah, that was, I was listening to Eldest that day, the Eldest audiobook. Oh. Oh dear. Okay, so, that was actually all of it. I need to go and collect more. Okay. Well, in that case, let's go digging. Yay. Boop. Run. Alright. Let's fucking check Discord in the meantime. Oh, Chesty's just like, what's that from? And yeah, that was Vander. Okay. Fun. Interesting choice of looks. And then the rest of the show. Yes. I gave our and Chesty's on Discord, but not in the stream. Not even saying hi. I didn't know you were streaming, says Chesty. I didn't know you were streaming. You know I've had this stream scheduled for like how many years at this point? Right? Like, come on. It's been 84 years. Here, hooray! How are you doing? Here, we're queer. We're here, we're queer. And we have something to say. RuPaul's Drag Race is a fucked up drag. I don't know. bunch of redstone I can collect real quick. Nice easy XP. Just gonna dig out a bunch of deep slate. I need to get a beacon. I need to, like, kill a wither, go to the end. I have, like, Minecraft stuff to do. But then I also just want to play the game. That's the problem with me. What did you think of the photos on Discord? Interesting. I did anyway. I don't know if you were asking me or Chesty though. Chesterton old chap. That just came to mind, and it is so cursed, and I am sorry, I just did that. Yeah, that's supposed to signify that this has been, like, stripped clean. Or... this section has been stripped clean. At least what's been mined through, you know? I haven't actually gone that far on them, to be fair. But I didn't really want to, so that was that. I also need to get more stacks of this shit, but I think just getting this much more will be enough. So, yeah. Let me just run on upstairs. Run, run, run. Teleport on back. Yeah, that reminds me. I need to kind of like build out ships in those areas. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right, I haven't fully gotten to like look at this now that it looks like this. Oh my. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, I really like what I did. I knew it was gonna look good, but ooh. It is so much better than the really boxy shape I had before. Ah. Very, very much better. Much better. I just do it through the stone cutter to get the deep slate tiles because it's easy and quick to do deep slate tiles that way. But then I need to do it like this so I get more out of it. So yeah, for every 3 stacks I wind up getting 4 stacks of stairs, you know? I don't think I actually needed all of that far. Yeah. No, okay. Okay, yeah. Just gonna collect all my scaffolding. Alright, now for this side. Is it normally what Vander Von Odd would wear? I don't know. It's been a little while since I've seen Vander compete in Dragula. Like, I mean, Vander was a Season 1 contestant. And, like... Vander appeared in Season 2. Of course, not as a competitor, but as a guest judge. And having been, you know, a producer. And Vander was also, now that I think about it, in the outfit she had worn when she had won. So yeah, I don't know. I guess it's been a hot minute since I've seen Miss San Francisco Tapwater. Or is it San Francisco or LA? I think it's San Francisco. I forgot the reference. Fuck. But I've never watched Dragula. What's it about? Okay, so Dragula is basically a alternative drag competition. If you know RuPaul's Drag Race, for those who are completely unacquainted with drag competitions, otherwise, like, it is that, but structured around ideas of punk and horror aesthetics. The Boulets call their contestants monsters. With the idea of being a drag super monster instead of a superstar. You get all kinds of fun, wild ideas, like doing a floor show that is, that's what they call their runways, basically a floor show, because they make the whole point a show of what the contestants look like, and also doing a little bit of acting out of their look, because part of it, like part of the whole drag aesthetic usually is in behavior. So if you can act out, for example, some sort of a creature a little bit better, it adds to whatever you made them look like. You know, like, yeah, this thing is a little bit bland, but actually it works out acting-wise really nicely, and like it works well with props and all that kind of stuff, and it really adds elevation and polish to it. even if it looks a little bit bland, it's like, okay, it kind of works, because if you wanted to do something really flashy, it would kind of interfere with your ability to like move around and like look kind of real. That's one of the things with going hyper realistic or like hyper horrific. That's kind of a, hold up, am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Oh god. Anyways, so when it comes to Dragula, basically the 4 core principles of Dragula are drag, horror, filth, and glamour. Drag is the whole point of the competition, so that's a gimme. But it's like the Boulet's, you know, kind of dark, monstrous equivalent to charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. RuPaul loves making sexual puns and stuff like that, which, you know, always fun. But the Boulets have, well, pretty dramatic, punchy ideas and stuff when it comes to their taglines and what have you. Because, again, they call their contestants monsters. They, like, they commit to the bit and everything. It's always really fun. But yeah, a lot of floor shows as well are a sort of acting challenge as well. They don't have big, elaborate written out sequences. They have you performing a show, basically. So during season 3, they had a vampire stripping challenge, which is definitely not something that you would see on Drag Race, but like, it was kind of really interesting to see how everyone took the idea of just stripper and a vampire, merged them together in whatever way they wanted to, and got to put on an interesting show with, like, I mean, you get the burlesque stuff, you get really, you know, simple, standard, but still effective stripper techniques, the kind that you might see in a club with tearaway pants. And you also get a lot of interpretations of vampire, and what that adds up with on the stripper part kind of gives like fun reveals, because the reveal is baked into the challenge. It's a challenge for reveals without making it about a reveal per se. It's about a tease as well. So it is really multifaceted and was really enjoyable to watch. And then, because the contestants don't do too much in terms of playing off each other, except for during the rock challenges, I'll get to that in a moment, they really tend to have to shine on their own, and that's kind of essential for it, but yeah, they call their contestants whores. I mean, have they? I forget if they have. But they've called them monsters for sure. That's their usual name. Monsters. I wouldn't be surprised if Drakmorda has actually made a quip like that. Like, we actually have a load of whores after the strip challenge, because I don't think anybody really failed to do a strip. Like, if you actually just strip and do the strip, like, if you just pull all of your clothes off, you seem like a slut kind of whore. If you do it with a right kind of tease, you seem like a whore. You know? Also, I wouldn't be surprised if Swanthula, the Boulet brothers are Drakmorda and Swanthula. Big Boulet and Small Boulet, respectively, as Andrew and I usually call them, Big Boulet and Small Boulet, because Andrew doesn't keep track of their names very well. I do, because I learned them and they have just stuck with me now. Drac and Swan, Big Boulet, Small Boulet. But anyways, I wouldn't be surprised if Swan has been like whores in reference to them all being prettier than her at some point. You said whores and then said monsters. Did I? I don't. Did I? I don't think I did. You made me really take a pause, Midnight. I don't. If I did, I did intentionally. Like, I don't. They don't. I don't imagine they would. Not remotely in like intention. Except like as a backhanded compliment, which I mean the Boulets do all the time. Funny backhanded compliments. That's just kind of how they judge. It's very fun. I would suggest a little self-promotion. Midnight, the Blossoms and no, not that one. No, not that one. 2K's Dragcast. 2K's Dragcast. Andrew and I reviewed that. And yeah, this works. Alright, I spent enough time downstairs for me to just sort of forget about what it looked like up here, and it's like, yeah, actually this kind of works. It's very flat and smooth, but also I think that kind of works for it. Anyways. Yeah, so, and then contestants who are eliminated, this is like the kind of like the big showstopper. At the end of every episode, contestants who are eliminated are exterminated. So like they go through a sort of fun acted skit of sorts, where the Boulets, in various ways, find ways to kill the contestants. And like, what are various ways that contestants have quote unquote died? They have ran someone over with a car, someone got, explosive white powder in a little "you win" card. I forget who it was, but she opened it up and then it exploded in her face. And then after she like face plants on her steering wheel, it pans down to the card, and then we get to see a slow and painful death written on the inside. Because like she was just choking for a whole ass minute, like, oof. Anyways, you slipped up and wanted to say monsters, but horse came out of your mouth, and then you corrected yourself and said monsters. But I like how you're protecting us to the queens. Oops. Have I done enough yet? To make it seem justified? Oh god. Okay. Flat and smooth And the exact opposite of my chest. Oh boy. Well, I mean, my chest is not smooth because acne. I have pretty bad body acne, not gonna lie. It's kind of a problem. I just love that little extra detail that the change in shape adds. It like makes it so much nicer. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I can actually do. Oh, by the way, I guess I kind of did gloss over the fact that I figured out what to do with the back. I'll go into spectator mode. It is rather flat in the back, but that's fine. Like, this isn't super important to be able to see that much out of. There is literally going to be a wall here. So, that window is going to be looking over the wall onto the sea. From the floor, you might not even be able to see above the wall. Now that I think about it. But that's fine. That's fine. From up above, though, you definitely will be able to see over the wall. Definitely. And then these side walls will be looking onto the gardens and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's definitely interesting looking at this from the side and the back. Huh. I'm a bear / cub. Yes, we know. But I guess anyone who is unfamiliar with Midnight, now you know. A bit pudgy, a bit covered in chest hair. I mean, that describes me as well. To a lesser degree. I don't have a lot of chest hair. It's just like really thin. I mean, that's most of my body hair. Like, the body hair that grew in on me first was actually my leg hair of all things, which was really weird. I don't know. Like, that was a strange experience. Anyways. Actually, now that I think about it, for the most part, the hair on my body grew in, like, bottom up. So, like, in terms of actual body hair, my arm hair started to appear just after leg hair and stuff. Anyways, yeah, what little chest hair ever developed was last. Is there going to be a Great Wall? Are you going to make other servers pay for it? The creepers aren't sending you their best people. Oh, Midnight. Trump jokes are old. I'm so happy I can say that, by the way. The Tangerine Menace is gone. Now, oh god, this is just home. Now that I'm thinking about it, did I want to do blue upstairs, or was I mostly thinking like the red and the green? Actually, I was gonna do red, green, and cyan, so not blue. I have a good amount of blue left, but oh, by the way, other things that have transpired in the fucking month since I was previously doing things. Trump jokes are old, and like Trump, they aren't quite dead yet. Ugh. Whatever. A fun / annoying thing that has transpired. The armor stand book is currently not working right on the item frames, so I have to manually set them with a command. At least I don't have to summon them, but I do have to do data merge. So, I have to manually type it out, but once I have it typed out, I can just, like, do /up arrow enter, and it'll just repeat the command. So, but anyways, I have added a bunch more barrels for stuff. I have added a barrel for flowers. I think it's going to be just this whole ass column. And the natural stuff, I'm going to have probably this whole ass column as well. Dyes, also almost certainly going to be this whole ass column, because I'm going to wind up collecting way more of various dyes, of like specific dyes than others. Like, that's kind of a gimme. Probably gonna want the blue dye. I'm gonna need more cactus. Well, actually, I'll smelt 16. Yeah. And then I have a bunch of like mob drops that are just like 1 barrel a piece. Like leather, I already have a decent amount of leather, so I was able to fill it up. I have 1 slime ball. It is in its item frame. Yeah. I'm spending way too much time making playlists. Oh, you retracted your message. Oh, too afraid? No, I'm joking. I don't believe a thing I said. And then I made a... painstakingly had to... because whenever I do these, I always have to, like, maneuver around on scaffolding or, like, dirt blocks or whatever. And just like use the armor stand book, or in this case I had to do the /up arrow enter on every single one of these, and sometimes it wouldn't work right because the nearest one, which is what it would always pick, I think it's determined based on your feet, and it checks the lower block first, I think, before it goes up, which means that it would always pick too low, and then it would have to like build up a bit and then try the command again. So it was always a pain to do this. But yeah, stained glass. Oh, apologies. Stained glass now has a bunch of barrels, and then glass is just here. And I think I'm gonna have the miscellaneous glass blocks in this column. Although I do believe I have like glass panes in the same barrel. But like any more complex mine gate glass, I think there might be horizontal glass, or like slabs and stairs. Those will probably wind up being in here. Yeah. much longer do you plan on streaming? Like 13 minutes, because I want to be done at 9. So, yeah. There. I'm gonna need a good bit more. Cactus juice. It'll quench ya. Excuse me. Oh no, it's not green, it's lime. Oh no. Oh no. How was your cheesecake? You mean from the other day? Delicious. Alright, looks like I'm going to go grab some lime dye. I believe I have a good chunk of it. Right, this is blocks of quartz and you have to smelt it to get the smooth quartz.
first memory as a child is being strapped down with belts to a chair while a dentist rips out all my teeth as I scream bloody murder against my will. That's not true. But ever since I was little, I've had a really intense fear of the dentist. I'm not sure why. I mean, yeah, going to the dentist is a bit freaky, but even as an adult, I understand the fact that I'm not in any danger, and the dentist
Oh, that's
is just
weird.
trying to
Why is it
get
not
me
like
to
visualizing anything on the video?
6 months. If anything, I should be scared of how much they charge. Even though I know this, my body still shakes uncontrollably when they do anything more than floss my teeth, which is still kind of scary because they're always so aggressive about it. Every memory I have of going to the dentist while I was a kid is filled with me just bawling my eyes out during the entire process, and then getting a little toy from their toy machine because I was, quote, so good. I mean, you're not fooling anyone. Even I knew that was just a loadable. No, I still want it. When I was in 6th grade, my parents decided to finally slap some braces on my mouth. My teeth were pretty straight, but I had an overbite, so I just looked like a nice horse. My mom made an appointment with the orthodontist to talk about the process, and while there, he told me I've still got 5 baby teeth, and I'll need to pull them out before I get braces for common sense purposes. So they sent me out, and I basically had a month to pull out all 5 teeth before they were gonna have to rip them out for me, which I did not like the idea of. The imagery of them sticking a needle in my mouth fueled both my motivation and intense, overwhelming fear, and I wiggled those 5 baby boys every single day since that meeting. A few of them weren't even wiggling yet, so it was gonna be a race against the clock. Does anyone want to get into a fight? By the end of the month, I managed to pull out 3 teeth on my own. A PB. But it wasn't enough, which meant my mom was gonna have to schedule that dreaded nightmare appointment where they were gonna shove needles down my throat. I was in the living room and could hear her make the call, which made my stomach sink, and I felt petrified that doomsday was going to be my reality in a few days. I could hear them preparing all 100 needles and barbed wire over the phone. That little reality check was enough to fear charge me into new power levels, because maybe an hour or 2 after she confirmed the appointment with the orthodontist, I'd ripped out the last 2 of my teeth. The conversation where my mom had to cancel the extraction appointment 2 hours after she booked it was the biggest feeling of relief I've ever had. She also ended up paying me $75 because she said I just saved her like $500 for yanking the teeth out myself and not having to pay the dentist to do it. Wow. The tooth fairy been scamming me for years. What a happy ending to the story. Jaden went on to never have anything scary done to her teeth. She continued to live a happy life, only needing to go to the dentist for cleanings and no freaky mouth procedures for the rest of her days. She got her horse teeth fixed, and the rest is history.
Do I? No, I don't need to do this
So last
symmetrically.
year in June, I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out. My wisdom teeth had been growing in and shoving their aggressiveness into the sweet harmony of my existing teeth for a few years. My mom intended to get them removed when I turned 18, but I think she forgot, and I thought I could get away with it, but they were starting to get really painful and annoying. One was coming in sideways, which made my gums get in the way while I ate, which made me only chew food on the left side of my mouth for like a whole year. I'd had enough and figured I just needed to get it
I'm
over
gonna
with
need
and
all
have
of
them ripped
these,
out. I
'cause,
scheduled an appointment to get them removed on June 11th and braced for impact the rest of the week. Before the extraction, they wanted to have a meeting with me to discuss the process of what they're doing and how they're doing it. They put on one of those 90s informational videos, and everything seemed fine until we got to the part where it was talking about sedation. In the video, they said that some sort of gas is used to induce conscious sedation, the kind that makes you really loopy and not remember anything. But then the nurse piped in and said, "We don't do that here," and let the video continue. So what? I'm just gonna be fully conscious while you needle and drill and probe my mouth? Answer the question! After the video, I said, so is there a way I can be at least semi-unconscious for this? The nurse prescribed me medication called Valium that'll help calm me down, which was relieving to hear. All I wanted was to not be conscious. I picked it up and the day came. I'm excited to not be conscious. My roommate and I got into the car to take me to the appointment, and that's when it really sunk in. This medication isn't doing anything for me, and I am extremely conscious. Do you have any chloroform? Apparently, Valium's supposed to relax you enough so that you're awake, but don't really care what's happening. But by the time the dentist was calling me back to the chair, my nerves were still going haywire. Proof of consciousness. I desperately asked the dentist if I could take another one because one pill wasn't doing enough
Holy
for
shit,
me.
this floor is
But
tall.
she said I'll be fine.
Okay, I need to, like,
Okay. They leaned me back in the
I need to
chair, put
fucking
that
set up the
mouth-open
ceiling
thing
in
my
here
mouth, put
properly
sunglasses on
before
me so
I
could
do the
really
walls,
sensitive
now that I
little
think
eyes,
about it.
and put the
What
first
am I gonna do
needle
the
into
ceiling
my
as?
And
Ooh.
that's when I couldn't hold it anymore. Fear was overwhelming me the entire day, but that was the moment it really got me. Tears burst down my face, and I was trying desperately not to make that annoying noise when you're trying not to cry too hard, but you need to breathe, but you breathe too much. I kept apologizing because I knew physically I was fine. There wasn't any pain I couldn't tolerate. They hadn't really done anything yet, and I was being irrational. But just the idea that I was awake and present was so intense, and I couldn't handle it. I didn't do that, but I wanted to. I was able to compose myself after a few minutes, and I kept going, but the sounds of them sawing my tooth in half and yanking it out of my gums, and God knows what else, probably just playing tic-tac-toe with needles in there for the heck of it, was horrifying. I'm not scared of much, and I'm relatively reasonable for the most part, so it was really surprising and eye-opening to feel genuine, uncontrollable fear. Like, my head told me things were okay, but my body was freaking out, and then my head was like, dude, chill, and then my body was like... All in all, everything went well, and I was able to go home after they finished up a few hours later. Since I wasn't drugged up and just super numb, I didn't have much recovery to deal with other than swelling, and I kind of just chilled for the rest of the day watching YouTube videos. The dentist even told me I can eat normal food and wasn't restricted to just soup as long as I was careful. I ordered a smoothie bowl to my house, and when I opened the door to take it from the guy, I didn't realize until afterwards I had blood dripping out of my mouth, so luckily he didn't call the police. I was trying with 100% focus to not bite my tongue because I couldn't feel it at all in my mouth and was at high risk for just biting a chunk of it off without knowing. The smoothie bowl had sliced strawberries on top, and you don't realize how much sliced strawberries resemble the texture and sound of biting into a tongue until you don't know where your tongue is in your mouth and also can't feel anything. Is that my tongue?
E.
If I had to get my wisdom teeth out again, I highly doubt I'd be this freaked out about it. The hardest part was just not knowing what was going to
wisdom
happen
teeth,
and
right.
not being able to brace for it. But afterwards,
I had
was
my
like,
wisdom teeth
that wasn't
out.
too bad. But also thank the holy merciful God.
General
that I don't
anesthetic
do that
is...
again.
Eh.
So I've got an update. I think
It is
I've
exactly
just
like
been
falling
going
asleep
to
normally. You
great
do not
lengths.
remember falling
I
asleep
originally
very
went
well.
to them for a retainer, and they were like, "This is the place that did my wisdom
I think
teeth,
that's part
but-"
of the whole
So I
point.
went to them for a new retainer, and they were like, "Oh, we can straighten your teeth."
Some
a bit
people,
first with Invisalign." And
well,
was
I
like,
mean,
"Well,
with,
alright,
like-
sure." My teeth are already pretty straight because of the braces, but I was like, "Sure, whatever." They said it'll be done in 6 months. 6 months passed, and none of my teeth align right when I bite down anymore, and it's extremely
With, like, major
uncomfortable. Then
surgeries, you
they're
tend to
like,
also
"Let's
have
file
an
your teeth down
amnestic,
to line up again." And 10
if I
minutes of
remember
teeth
correctly.
shaving later, they're like, "It's not working. Let's get more Invisalign." And I was like, And when I mentioned being unsure about things now, they were like, "It's normal for
But,
Invisalign to last for 2 years." And I was like, 2 years?
They didn't have to
This is
do
the
that
first
for
time I'm hearing of
me
anything
on
about 2
my
years. Also,
wisdom
I didn't even have
teeth.
braces for 2 years when my teeth were actually
So,
janked. So yeah, I'm not
I
going
still
there
have my
anymore.
wisdom teeth.
Follow your dreams, kids.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. Jinx was full dark crystal, per usual.
Dark Crystal? Oh, you're calling me the little swamp witch, aren't you?
Mm. Alright. Actually, I'm going to cut that off because it's about time for me to wrap up tonight. So, yeah, I need to have, like, actual dinner. I had a late-ass lunch. I was really hungry. A bunch of appliance delivery people did not show up. They thought it was supposed to be tomorrow. but it was it was booked for today. Again, I say, I do not understand people. But in this case, it's just people being dumb. I will never understand people being the way they are. I mean, how dare they? How dare they make me wait at a fucking place for 3 hours and then not show up? Ugh. We'll see if my mom wants me to go and meet them there tomorrow or if she wants to do it herself. The reason she wanted me to do it today is because she was busy and also there was something I could do. Now there is not. Because I did all of the nail hole trim nail hole filling, and that is a tedious fucking job. Just, ugh. Anyways, now that that's all done, my time is pretty much overpriced. Because I do not wait around on free time. No. Nobody wants to. Especially because those fucking appliance delivery people, like, the last time I was asked to wait for them, I was at home and they said, we'll be there in 5 minutes. I was half an hour away. Actually, more like 40 minutes. And then by the time I got there, I had to wait an additional 20. Because they said they could go and do another job first. Understandable. But a bit annoying. Let's just leave it at that. Anyways, that should about do it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more. Please have my mood improve, because I hate having to relive the bad things. Don't we all hate reliving bad things? Anyways, hit the notification bell for notifications as to when I go live. I go live on Sundays from 6 to 9 US Central Time, and also on Thursdays from 7 to 9 US Central Time. I stream with my boyfriend Andrew, doing right now the Ace Attorney trilogy. We're on the 3rd game. Do keep in mind, stream schedule subject to life and variance, because Andrew and I sometimes stream on other days and things just go on. Anyways, that should just about do it. Thank you so much for watching. And one last time, this has been Guy Smith, and right, I wanted to come up with some sort of funny outros, but like nothing came to mind. Guy Smith. I. And I'm signing off until next time. Take care. I'll see you guys. Bye. What was that voice crack? I always have a voice crack. Bye. Hi. Now I just sound like Jigglypuff. Hi.